I don't live in the UK, but anyway, if anybody's from the UK here and watches this video, please, I would like to know if this is a crime in the UK to have sex with your wife. Mother. I mean, it's hilarious, obviously, right? But is it a crime? That's another thing. People in the UK, I know for sure here in the US, I don't think that's a crime. Having consent, having sex. Well, if you have a good lawyer, this is going to be thrown out of the court, by the way. But anyway, if you're in the UK, you see this video, please, I would like to understand what's going on here. If it's a crime to do this, to have sex. Can be tricky still, right? But these are consent. In my opinion, these would be consenting adults. But anyway, if you're in the UK and you see this video, I would like to understand what it is that's going on here. If it's a crime to do that, to involve the police, I don't know. I think it's just a waste of the public resources involving the police and taking the person to court. What are you trying to gain out of it, right? But anyway, that's my 2 cents, right? I told you there's so many interesting things going on the internet, and this is just one of them for today that I picked anyway. And I'm gonna go to the next one here, and for this one I have a screenshot here that I'm gonna share in a minute. So some girl or some woman had an interesting opinion about going on dates and who should pay for your transfer fare, if you're going on a date. I don't know, this is kind of new to me, right? You come on a date, you agree to come on a date and I have to pay your hey, I'm just gonna shut up, right? Just gonna shut up and open up this one. Let's talk about it together. Let's talk about this, right? All right, and I'm actually going to, let me make sure I have my Twitter open here. Twitter. I'm actually going to find her on Twitter so we can see what other people are saying. So it's not just me, right? It's not just me and my opinionated self. All right, it's pretty_Vicky. Let's find out on Twitter. Pretty_Vicky. Let's see. All right, I found her. There are two usernames. Okay, I found the right one. All right. I just have to find that specific tweet. I guess I should have done this earlier, right? I keep doing this, right? Typical me. Let's go to her profile and then search some keywords. Date yesterday. Let's see, date yesterday. All right, I'm not getting any good stuff here. Let's go to our profile. I don't know if this is how you even do it. I'd have loved to see the tweet directly, because what I have is a screenshot. I guess I should share this tab. What I have is a screenshot, so I'd like to see what other people are saying about what she had to say. Hopefully she didn't delete it, right? That would be another one. And there has to be a way to search this, right? I mean, where is the search? It's right here, but that's not what I want to do. All right, let me Control C, Control V. Date, yes, today. All right, I found it. How about that, right? All right, I found the tweet. All right, there we go. Now let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. I think I know how to increase it. There we go. Yeah, just to zoom it in, and we can talk about it right from here. All right. I went on a date yesterday with this guy, and he bought me meat pie instead of food. That was not even what was paying me. Do you know that this guy gave me the exact amount of money that would take me home? Of course, I rejected it. For those of you wondering, the tea fare was 300. He legit gave me 300 naira. I don't know, man. Let's see what people are saying before I give my 2 cents, right? Let's see what other people are saying. It's crazy. I haven't used Twitter in a long time, so I'm really struggling to figure out how to find. All right, so this one says, so you you yourself couldn't afford 300. Hold him tight. Who do you want to leave him for? Hold him tight. He's for real. You are chosen. He's very, very wicked. What do you mean he's very, very wicked? Like, I don't understand. Like, why? Next time, make money. Broke attract broke, right? I'll think so, because I don't know. We agreed to go on a date, and for some reason you want me to pay your transport fare back home. I mean, I don't know. And I mean, if I have to do it, right, I could call you an Uber and put you in the Uber and send you home, right? But that's if you don't have a car. Or if I have a car, I can come pick you up and take you back. That's another thing, right? But the one where you think it's mandatory that that this person pays for your transport fare. I don't understand that. I don't understand that behavior. I think it's ridiculous. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but this one has more comments, but it wouldn't open up. I don't know what I'm doing wrong here, but the comments won't open up. It's ridiculous. It says I'm chosen in this Tinubu economy. You rejected money. Congratulations. You're not embarrassed. I mean, right? There has to be some sort of shame here, right? You're not embarrassed to tweet this. Anyway, you're the exact kind. Anyway, you are the exact kind of women they want. So let me get on my way. Maybe he thought that was what you were worth, because what's with all these entitlements, right? I mean, I understand what do you mean worth? Like, no, I mean, it's just being entitled. Like, if I have to pay for your transport, I could call the Uber to take you home, right? And pay for the Uber on my app. I don't have to send you home with money, right? With extra money. Do you expect some extra money? Like, I don't understand. Do you expect me to send you home with extra money just for going on a date with me? Right? Oh my goodness. Says brotherhood is proud of him. Guys are really going through a lot. LMAO. Was he supposed to give you more than your transport fare? Why not tell him you are into prostitution so you can get more money, right? I don't understand. I'm sorry, but these sense of entitlement some of us have annoys me a lot. Start making your own money and you'll be grateful for every cent someone gives you. This is the most reasonable comment I've seen so far. Nitroxenon Capital. It's just ridiculous. Like, you go on a date with someone and you want them to send you home with money. Am I tripping or what? Am I tripping? Like, am I the one tripping here? I says, tell him the brotherhood is not proud of him. He shouldn't have given you anything. He fucked up big time. I mean, you can call an Uber for the person and send them home. That's understandable. But wanting to get some extra money, what did you do for them? You came to have, to meet this person and get to know this person. Why are you expecting some extra money? Oh my goodness. I know the economy is hard and all, but how are you giving someone you out on a date with 300 to use as tiffet? It's better you don't even give at all. This is quite embarrassing. Embarrassing for who? Like, if you need transport fare, what? Come on now. I don't understand. It's a date, not an eating absolutely. It's a date, not an eating competition. He gave you 300 naira and you are complaining. What happens to you coming with your own money and buying exactly what you want to eat and transporting yourself back home? It's just a date. It's just a date. It's just a date. I don't know why people are even split on this issue, because it should be a one-way thing. I mean, my brothers leave Nigerian girls. I repeat, leave Nigerian girls. Just gather money, go Uganda or Rwanda and marry for your mental health. It's becoming insane. I don't understand. It's becoming insane because most of these stories, you get them typically from Nigerian women anyway, who think everything is transactional. This is just a date. This is just a date. And already you are having expectations for some gifts and all that good stuff. It's becoming an epidemic. If you ask me, right? It's becoming an epidemic, honestly. Like, and this guy is saying it all too. He says, my brothers, leave Nigerian girls. I repeat, leave Nigerian girls. Just gather money, go to Uganda or Rwanda and marry for your mental health. That's a good one, right? I'll remember that. I'll remember that when I'm ready. It's crazy. He gave you what he can afford. I don't understand. And these crazy ads just come into the timeline. You expect him to spend lavishly on you without assurance you date him. That's another thing. Just hear yourself. And these are average people. These are average people going on dates. This is not like, like a basketballer or a professional athlete, right? Those people, they have a different type of life. They have a different lifestyle. So average people shouldn't even try to compete with those guys, because the way their money come in is just different, obviously. All right. And the average woman or the average girl would want to put herself in that, and you're going out with an average guy too, right? And being average is not an insult. It's not an insult. Most people are average people, that's not an insult. So I'm not saying that in a malicious way or anything. Most people are average. I'm average too, by the way. I mean, so I'm hoping I would become that high earner and get out of this average bracket, right? But right now I'm average, that's for sure. And obviously the way she talks, she might even be less than average, because if you can't afford all right, I'm just gonna stop ranting and keep reading the comments here. It says, before you sweat on posts like this, check their followers and following ratio, then you have your answers. Next time, offer to pay for the meat pie too, right? He even gave you money I never received before. I mean, you shouldn't expect money on a date. Bro, am I tripping here? Crazy. Well, anyway, I think I've seen a lot of comments here. I'm just going to go to the next story. I have the next interesting story I found on Instagram here. And we go from there. All right, next one. Would you marry your friend's ex? I have a video for this one. Now let's play this video.
I'm marrying my friend's ex-husband. I know. The title may seem somehow, but let me explain.
Oh, God.
I met this girl and we became friendly.
Hold on. I know, yeah, it definitely sounds somehow, but how can you ever make this right? Like, how can it ever turn right? Right? Let's keep listening.
But let me explain.
Oh, God.
I met this girl and we became friendly. Keyword here, friendly. And I had been around her a couple of times. Had been to her house with my friends, met her husband, so we were very cool. I actually knew her husband vaguely because he's in the same type of industry as my daughter's father. So we have crossed paths. Fast forward some months later, I heard that they were getting a divorce. So I reached out to him, just sending him...
Reached out to him, not her. Crazy.
So I
shout out to the Uncut podcast, because that's where I got it from their Instagram anyway. But hey man, you guys play too much. You reached out to him. You didn't reach out to your friendly friend. You said you guys were friendly. You didn't reach out to your friendly friend. You reached out to her ex-husband. That's interesting. Let's keep going.
Reached out to him, just sending him well wishes, prayers, checking if he was okay. One thing led to another. He asked to see me, but I demanded to see his divorce papers before we started meeting up. I wanted to make sure I wasn't dating a married man. The papers were signed, but they weren't finalized, but their marriage was over. Mind you, his wife was cheating on him whilst they were married and got pregnant by her assistant.
Okay. It's getting interesting, right? Interesting and juicy. Okay.
No!
She ruined the marriage. Anyways, me and him dated for 1 month and now we're engaged. I love this man with all my...
hold on a minute. Dated for 1 month and now you're engaged. Crazy.
I love this man with all my heart and I'm ready to take the risk and marry him despite what anyone says. Can you guess the plot?
You love the man already. What do you mean you love the man already? It's just a month. You've probably been eyeing this dude all this time. You've probably been eyeing this dude, wanting something from this dude all this time. Talking about you love him already. Just 1 month, you already love him, right? With all your heart, right? It's interesting. I don't know, man. I mean, she obviously set the pace or set the ground rules by saying she was friendly with the lady. She wasn't necessarily friends with her. They were just friendly, I guess. So that gives her the leeway, right? To that gives her the leeway to go out there and marry her friendly friend's ex-husband. I don't know, man. And then the story even gets interesting by she's saying her friendly friend got pregnant by her assistant. I mean, now that's juicy for sure, right? You know, you ruined the marriage by getting pregnant for some other person, but you know, again, morality, right? Morality. But so again, some people don't care about morals. You know, they just toss that shit out in the bush and they do whatever they want to do, right? It's interesting. I don't know if this person was a real friend. Like if it was a real friend, I think that would be really bad, regardless of who ruined it or who didn't ruin it. You know, it would be really bad to go behind their back and go marry their ex. I don't know. I just think that's a code, unwritten codes, right? Maybe sister codes or brother codes, all that good stuff. I think that's a code. But obviously these codes are unwritten. It's just something you think with your common sense, and you'd be like, just stay away from that dude. There's a ton of other dudes, you know, to date outside of this one dude, right? But obviously she made it known that they were just friendly and they weren't really friends. I don't know, but if you watch this, I don't know, you tell me, what do you think? Regardless of the situation, are you friendly with the person or are you real friends? You know, would you date the person's ex? I don't know. I think it's a very interesting one for sure. Let me go find this post and try to see the comments in the comment section, because there's always going to be interesting stuff. People will always have interesting things to say, right? Well, let me go find it. The Uncut podcast. Let me go find this real quick. The Uncut podcast. All right. I'm on the page now. Let me share that real quick. I'll keep you guys watching my face and you know. All right, we're here now. I just need to find that specific story. It'll be interesting to see. All right, it's this one.
I know. The title may seem somehow, but let me explain.
Yep.
I met this girl and we
Let's
became
listen to this
friendly.
again.
Keyword here, friendly.
Friendly.
And I had been around her a couple of times. Had been to her house with my friends, met her husband, so we were very cool. I actually knew her husband vaguely because he's in the same type of industry as my daughter's father. So we have crossed paths. Fast forward some months later, I heard that they were getting a divorce. So I reached out to him, just sending him...
Reached out to him, not her. Crazy.
So I reached out to him, just sending him well wishes, prayers, checking if he was okay. One thing led to another. He asked to see me, but I demanded to see his divorce papers before we started meeting up. I wanted to make sure I wasn't dating a married man. The papers were signed, but they weren't finalized, but their marriage was over. Mind you, his wife was cheating on him whilst they were married and got pregnant by her assistant.
No!
She ruined the marriage. Anyways, me and him dated for 1 month and now we're engaged. I love this man.
Wait, hold on a minute. Dated for 1 month and now you're engaged. Crazy.
I love this man with all my heart and I'm ready to take the risk and marry him despite what anyone says. Can you guess the plot?
It's interesting for sure. The plot is very interesting. Oh my god. It says highlight of my day is waiting for the reactions. I mean, they were just too dramatic with that one. This person says it's giving Portia Williams. She's been eyeing him all along. Absolutely. I said the same thing. She's been eyeing him all along. I said the same thing. The twists we are twisting and the tables we are turning. Absolutely. She didn't send well wishes to her friend. In her defense, it's her friendly friend. They weren't friends per se. She's been wanting him. Absolutely. She's just justifying her weird moves. It's definitely weird. He's using you as a rebound. That could be true too. That could be true. That girl, what's her name? The Nigerian in her usual always get me laughing. Oh my god. I love this podcast so much. Like, how do y'all make me laugh so hard every single time? I've been following them, by the way. I love the stories that they cover. Always very interesting stories they cover for sure. You reached out to him. That's how I would reach out for your long neck if it was my ex-husband. All right, no violence here. But anyway, I'm going to move to the next story here and we'll go from there. I think I've read enough comments from this one. I'm already almost 30 minutes in. All right, let's talk about this one. Dating while broke. I also have another video for this one. Let me see. Boom, I found a video. All right, hold on 1 second. Need to share the screen. All right, I'd like to know the podcast.
How important is finances in relationship, yeah? And if your man went broke, what do you do?
Hold on. Did he go broke during the relationship or before he?
Wait, so he's trying to say if he's broke before the relationship, he'll have it?
If he's broke before the relationship, he should date when he's back on his feet. You shouldn't meet a new person broke. That's very difficult. You should be in the trenches grafting if you're broke.
And
me included.
What happened to him just loving you?
Oh my god, bro.
You're loving me out of a cup that's half full if you're broke. Because as a man, if a man is broke, he doesn't feel great. I can uplift him, but I'm not his mum. I'm not his mum, boy.
Bruh.
However, if he goes broke during the relationship, after he's proved himself to me, after he's already impressed my dad, after he spent time with my friends, then I can exercise wisdom, but my kind of man isn't gonna stay broke for long.
Amen.
I found this one. So let me remove this, and I found it on Instagram. There we go. Here it is. Adding this real quick. I mean, we already watched the video, so there's no point here. Let's just go straight to the comment section here, because that's where you find all the spice. You know, all the spice. Only a broke man can get mad at what she said. I totally agree now. I totally agree. I mean, it's what it is. You know, if you're, I mean, I'm a man, right? And when I'm broke, I don't feel very confident. That's the truth. You know, just stay out of the way. Just stay out of the dating pool, right? Get your things together. Get your life straight, right? I mean, that's common sense, right? I mean, just stay out of that shit, right? Just get your stuff together, and then you know, when you get it together, you can start talking about dating. I mean, you can't. I don't know, but let's keep reading the comments for now. She's been needing to get that off her chest, absolutely, because she didn't even think of the words, right? But here's one thing I like about her, right? She said, including me. But most women wouldn't be accountable for this. They wouldn't want to accept this, and that's interesting. I like the way she said it, including me. If you're broke, man or woman, just try to get your shit together, right? You know, I hope there's a dating pool for the broke people so they can go match themselves and all that good stuff. But anyway, let's keep going. And most of the people agreeing with this are men. You see what I'm saying, right? I agree with her 100%. This other person, let me see. This other person, no, not this one. That's the author. That she said, me too. Absolutely. I said that, right? This other person is a man as well, right? He said, only a broke man can get mad at what she said. Absolutely. If as a man you have enough time to be looking for a relationship while broke, you don't want money. We don't want money enough. Get on your feet and grind. Absolutely, 100%. I see no issues with what she said. I do not feel great if my finances are down, and dating should not be first priority while that's happening. I agree too, and this is another man. Most of the people agreeing with this are men. That's to tell you, men. Always, you know, accountability is not something that we run away from, right? All right, there's a woman. Let's see what she said. Truly, if a man is broke, he doesn't feel great and it will affect his relationship. All right, we hear you. This lady that represents women very well. She was raised well. Lol, I don't know why everyone's shocked. She's right. If you're not great enough financially, dating really should be the last thing on your mind, not even for the woman. Most importantly, but for your own peace of mind and stability. Absolutely, I agree. Absolutely agree. You can't be broke and looking for beauties like this. Maxwell, this is another man. You see what I'm saying, right? Most of the people agreeing here are men, you know. But anyway, I totally agree with her, you know, for everything she said. And I also even love the way she said, including me. She included herself. That's, man, big ups to you, man. You know, that's just accountability on another level, you know. But anyway, these are all the comments I'm going to read for now. Someone marries women, she's wise. Absolutely. Someone needs to go get her off the market if she's single. I don't know if she's single. Seems like she has a ring on her finger. I don't know. But seems like she has a ring. I can see the ring there, but I'm not sure. But if she's single, there's a real woman right there, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, hey, let's go to the next story here. The next interesting one that I found, right? The next interesting story. All right. This one is from someone I've covered her tweet in the past. Mini F Baby. Mini F Baby always has something interesting to say. Let's see what she has to say today. Mini F Baby. Let's hear what she has to say. Single successful men that don't date women with kids is so sassy to me. Baby, how are you grown? How are you a grown man but scared of some kids? What do you mean? How do you allow some kids to let you miss out on this good woman? It's giving you weak. I don't know. I think it's giving you shouldn't have gone pregnant for somebody before you get married. I think that's what it's giving. It's not giving weakness. It's giving you shouldn't. Mini F Baby, I I don't even have a baby, but it's given you shouldn't have gone pregnant and had a baby, without first getting married. I think that's what's given, not giving you weak. No, it's not. There's no weakness there. There's a lot that comes with dating, even with kids. I've seen a video where this man married to this woman with maybe with some kids or maybe just one kid, a grown teenager or whatever, right? And he was trying to correct the child. Obviously, it's not his child; it's his wife's child, right? He was trying to correct the child. Why would any successful person want to deal with that, right? And one thing that most single moms always one scenario the norm is not successful men going to look for single mothers to marry. That's not the norm. That's not the norm. You see what I'm saying, right? He's an anomaly, and I'm not saying anything is wrong with him. There's nothing wrong with him. There's nothing wrong with that, but that's just not the norm, And most women look at that situation and be like, "Oh, why can't you be like him?" Because that's not the norm. What do you mean? But anyway, this is on Facebook. Let me see if I can find her. I don't know. I couldn't find Mini F Baby the other day, but hopefully I can do something different today and find her. Mini F Baby. Okay. All right, I'm not logged into my Facebook, so I'm not going to even try. But anyway, that's not the norm, Mini F Baby. And if anyone is watching this, you tell me what you think about single, successful men not wanting to date single moms. I would like to see in the comment section what people think. But anyway, I'm going to move to the next one from here. All right. This is another interesting one I found, right? Asking if men and women can be friends.
You believe that men and women can be friends?
Your mom and I used to be friends. Your mom and I used to be friends.
Oh my goodness, that was so cool. Natalie TSASA. All right, I need to go find out on Instagram real quick. Natalie TSSA, whatever her handle is. Natalie TSASA. All right, found her easy. I'm gonna share this tab instead, and all right, it's already sharing. Okay, let's see. Natalie, let's see what your dad says.
A few weeks before the wedding is supposed to happen.
No, it's not this one. Here it is.
Do you believe that men and women can be friends?
Your mom and I used to be friends.
Do you believe?
Hey man, listen, right? The only thing I'm gonna say here is at least that friendship can produce something beautiful like yourself, right? That's absolutely what I'm gonna say. But and I think you know the answer now, right? It can produce something beautiful, absolutely. That's for sure. I don't know. Personally, I don't have women, female friends. I don't even have a lot of friends to start with, and I definitely don't have any female friends. Like someone I go hang out with. I could have an acquaintance, we chat over the phone, but not like I go visit you, we hang out, we have, maybe I don't know what men and women friends do. I don't have that. I don't see the need to. Obviously, I mean, and this man obviously has the right answer because that could lead to something beautiful like yourself, right? But let's go to the comment section and see what other people have to say. It's a simple answer. Even from his smile, I already knew. Friends, yes. Just friends, nah. You have seen where your parents' friendship, no further answer required. A very intelligent African man. It's like a stray bullet. Can a fisherman be friends with fish? Few words, many answers. Interesting, right? I don't know. I don't know what people think, man. I really don't know what people think. Yes, but at some point, the script will change. Absolutely. That was a quick answer. I think so too. You and her mom used to be friends. What happened then? You're not friends though. Right? I don't know. I ain't the friends anymore. Like, that's interesting, right? That's a good question. Simple than that, right? Yeah, why not? Africans just be exaggerating everything. Stop playing. Why bring African in? Okay, stop playing. Just stop playing. Radiantly pretty. I've tried to be friends to women, but they'll just use you and dump you. Says I'll never do it again. Look what he did to her mom. He got her pregnant, right? Interesting. But anyway, I'm gonna move to the last story I have for today. I try to keep these streams really short until I have, I guess, more stories to talk about. But for now, the last one for here today would be the fight between Anthony Joshua and Daniel Dubois. Hey man, Anthony Joshua, he's Nigerian, but I'm not necessarily one of his biggest fans. I'm not even a fan of his, right? But Daniel Dubois, that's a kid that I've been following, since he turned pro. I've just loved the way, he boxes, and I thought he would be one storm to reckon with, right? Until he fought what's his name? Alexander Usyk. Until he had that fight, and then he a lot of controversy in that fight where there was a punch that was close to the belt line or whatever, and the ref called it a low blow, and it was cancelled, even though Usyk was almost knocked out in that fight due to that punch. And then eventually they kept fighting, and he gave him some punches. I guess dude was still trying to get back into the fight, thinking, hey, I just knocked this guy out, and the ref called, the ref just did me dirty, right? I guess he was still trying to get back into that fight. That's my opinion on that anyway. And it was very devastating, right? And people kept saying he quit. Hey, I'm never going to call a boxer, a fighter, a quitter, because I've never been in a fight myself, right? So I'm never going to sit here and say, oh, this guy is a quitter. This guy is a quitter. He quits. He did this. I can't take a punch. I know for sure that I can't take a punch. I love the sport of boxing. I love the UFC. I used to like wrestling, but I just stayed out of that because it's really not very real. There's a lot of acting going on there. I just stay out of that, right? But I love combat sports, and I understand what it takes to get into that ring. I don't know if I would say I understand, but I can imagine what it takes to get into that ring. But anyone coming out and saying, oh, this person's a quitter, I don't know. I don't think these guys are quitters. These guys, for you to step into that ring, you're already tough enough. I can't. And I won't. Never. I would never do that because it's just too hard. Standing there and someone punching you to the head. The head is not meant to be hit, right? But anyway, shout out to Joshua. Shout out to Dubois. Shout out to all fighters who are out there trying to feed their families. You guys are doing what you have to do, and it's a great thing for sure. But anyway, going back to Daniel Dubois, it was a tough fight. I would say it was a tough fight for Joshua, obviously, because right from the round one, he took an overhead right-hand punch that, got him startled. And right from the round one to the fifth round, it was just not an easy fight for Joshua. Kept trying to come back, and he just kept, Dubois kept knocking him down. One thing for sure, Joshua is 34 years, almost 35. He's not a kid anymore. And the heavyweight boxing is not... it's not like the regular boxing. These guys are huge. 248 pounds. Imagine someone weighing 248 pounds punching you in the head. Not a lot of people would be able to take that, right? I don't know, man. It's just something that I'm never going to do. I'm never going to encourage someone that I love to even attempt, right? It's just not a very healthy sport. But shout out to Dubois, man. I'm so proud of him. I'm a big fan. Again, I'm not a big fan of Joshua, but Joshua did his thing. Joshua fought, I think his last fight was against what's his name? Francis Ngannou, where he knocked him out in the first round, and that was a very terrible fight. Obviously Ngannou is not a boxer; he's a UFC or MMA fighter, so he doesn't understand all the tricks and skills, and he doesn't have all the skill sets and what it takes. But anyway, Joshua did his thing, and he was knocked out. It was very sad to see, because Joshua, the name in the boxing, the boxing space is a very big name. I don't know. Another thing too is these boxers, they don't know when to stop. They don't know when to stop. I think this should make him retire. At least look for pick a lesser opponent. Someone who's not going to give you a hard of a time as Dubois. Don't go try to get a rematch. Just stay out of that. Just like the Usyk fight where he thought he could do better and Usyk did it again. If he goes to get a rematch, and again, these are my opinions, I think if he goes to get a rematch with Dubois, it's going to be worse because now Dubois has even more confidence that he can do it, and he's going to do it again, maybe in an even spectacular fashion. Same goes to Wilder, Deontay Wilder. I'm a big fan, by the way. I hope he stops fighting at this point because he's made a ton of money, during his career. I don't know. He's probably made close to $50 million in his career. Not a lot of people are going to make $1 million in their lifetime. I'm talking about $1 million, right? Not a lot of people are going to make $1 million in their lifetime. But you've made over $50 million in a very short career of maybe 10, 15 years. Why not just retire, right? Why not just retire and enjoy your life? Those punches to the head, I don't see how it's good for anybody. I don't see how it's good, but again, that's my opinion. And shout out to Joshua. He did his thing. He stood up after the knockout, but obviously he was in no shape to continue for sure. Shout out to Dubois for putting up a spectacular fight. I wouldn't want to see the rematch. I don't think anybody would want to see a rematch of that. I think the next big fight would be Usyk and Tyson Fury, which is another one where Usyk, the smaller guy, is just handling all these guys, right? And hopefully, when Usyk beats, if Usyk beats Tyson Fury, I would like to see Usyk rematch Daniel Dubois, and let's get a rematch for that. I think that would be an interesting one for sure. But anyway, I've come to 46 minutes for today of streaming, almost 50 minutes, almost an hour. And I think this is where I'm going to call it a day for today. And I'm going to be coming back next week, find some interesting stories again, and come here to talk about them again. But anyway, for now, if you somehow stumble across this channel, please subscribe, please like, please comment. That's going to encourage me to keep coming on here. But anyway, for now, peace.